let's go over our PSA first, really quick. As we battle the COVID-19 pandemic, it's clear that misinformation can be just as deadly as the awful virus as it spreads quickly. Myths are spreading on the internet and social media, so it's important to know the facts to keep our community healthy. The vaccines that are offered through Wayne County Public Health are scientifically proven to be safe. So it is important that we all get vaccines scheduled as soon as we are able to. All right. So again, welcome to Even Conversations. My name is Joy.
I'm Nikki.
And we have today.
We have Joseph Martin here, and we have Kevin Martin.
Yes.
Joseph and Kevin Martin. I guess because y'all got the same last name, I could have said it together. Let me show y'all who Kevin is real quick on my live. Okay.
Kevin.
Bam, and we got Joy
Kevin's
real
right
quick.
in my live.
There we go.
All right. So Joy decided to make our topic today. Yeah.
You put that on me?
Yeah.
Decided to.
Do all men cheat? And she was real adamant about her answer, you know. So
Adamant about an answer. So you got your mind made up before we had a conversation.
yeah, and then she started saying that she was changing it when before we got here. She's like, you know what? I kind of got two sides. Y'all, I'm sorry, I'm fixing myself and everything.
So no, but what I am glad is that we do have you guys so that I can hear different perspectives, and maybe you'll change my mind. I'm not gonna say right now whether I feel that it's yay or nay, but it's a conversation that I've been having with coworkers and friends, and yeah, everybody has their own separate views. So I'm interested to see what you guys have to say about it today.
So do all men cheat? But before we get into that, because we have the hour to talk about our topic. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into our interview and our guests and stuff like that. So, Joseph. Woo! So you surprised me. I'm sorry. For those who don't know, Joseph is a really good friend of mine. I've known him for...
We like family. That's
oh
why
my gosh.
Joy's saying Joey. And
I'm
like,
sorry.
Who is that?
Joseph.
I said Joseph Martin.
That's like me trying to call her Nikki. Her name
I
is Dominique.
totally understand. They was
Nobody
confused.
calls me Dominique.
I
though, but
totally
hey,
understand.
You know. So, I don't wanna touch anything. Put that on the floor.
But I definitely want to say this before we go any further. I want to thank God for you guys and for this opportunity.
Aw.
And I want him to be involved in this conversation for us to be able to openly speak freely and put what we really feel in our hearts out there. Not only for us to understand, but to really help these people. Okay.
Amen. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I said the
you're
same
welcome.
thing before I came. Like, I don't want anybody to like misconstrue or think that you know what I'm saying. I want them to understand that like we genuinely
We're
just
trying to beat
giving our
nobody
own.
down. We're
Yeah.
just trying to give you ideas
And we're
of a
not
better
experts,
perspective.
so we're not
Yeah.
saying this is right or wrong. But
Yes.
it's a conversation that sometimes just have to need to be had, and sometimes other people get clarity when you have those conversations. So here we are today.
Well, I guess on the other side of that, because if you feel like you get beat down, then maybe you needed to be beat down. Maybe that conversation was for you. Maybe that was a part that you needed.
Talking
So,
about me.
okay, sure. So Joseph, so what I was saying, wow, oh my gosh. So Joseph also has he's a YouTuber. So he has his YouTube channel, which is
Original Greatness.
all right, Original Greatness. You can see you can check out his videos on us. It's called, you just type in Original Greatness, he'll pop up.
Smile.
Nice little intro and
Jesus,
everything.
Lord.
Look like he's been doing this forever, okay? But anyway, so Joey hasn't been posting videos. Like I hit Joey about maybe a couple weeks ago, like, what you got going on? Yeah, I'm like, what you got going on? I ain't seen nothing, ain't heard you, nothing. So I went on to today and I watched the video. It looked like you posted yesterday. You got through 5 topics? Yeah, touched on 5 different things in a matter of 14 minutes. I was like, okay. But
I thought 14 minutes was long.
Nah.
Yeah, I want.
But I know the process though, the editing and
yeah.
everything. It took you way longer than 14 minutes to put.
I have to say, my cousin Kevin definitely helped me out with that. So he was doing the filming, and
Yeah, I was behind the
Oh,
camera.
that was
this
pretty
time,
dope.
yeah.
yeah,
Behind
we
the
had
scenes.
specific bullet points.
Yeah.
So what we do to try to make sure we keep it fluent is you supposed to know what you're talking about.
Yeah, of
if
course.
it's your information.
Yeah.
So instead of scripting it, you got bullet points to say, I want to talk about this, and these are the specific points. And I had him review it to make sure I was being specific of what I wanted to cover, make sure nothing was missing and things like that. And then when we did the editing process, the recording process, we just made sure we had more than enough footage and that it was clear that we were hitting on those topics. But I thank you for noticing that. So
No, yeah.
sometimes people don't know the hard work it takes
No,
to actually do the behind the scenes
because
stuff, edited.
I remember in the beginning you would post. I mean, your videos were like maybe 20 minutes, maybe 30. I think you did one that was like 35 minutes or something like that before. So it was like, so
what are you doing? I just talking forever. Oh my gosh, when
yeah,
you
that's so funny. But no, that was a nice ambiance though. I love it. Surprised me because you usually like upbeat whatever and about everything whatever, or you always giving your financial information and stuff like that. So. One thing that shocked me, ooh, baby,
You're fine.
sorry, something just
One
about to
thing
fall.
that shocked me was Joy throwing the phone around while I'm trying to talk about certain things.
One thing that shocked me was you said, well, you were going through, you were doing your trading and stuff, you were working and everything. Well, another thing was that you had COVID. You didn't call and tell me and then, but anyway, you went but yeah, he's good now.
I don't like spreading bad news.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I
just
totally get it. You needed to rest and everything, and you had a lot going on. But for those who don't know Joey is very big on credit and very, very big on finance. Ever since I know him, I was like, I didn't care about credit when I was like 19, 20. I promise I did not. I didn't care about credit. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm swiping. He telling me, why are you using your credit card? And I'm like, well, I'm not using my credit card. Like, so like, he would always be like messing with me about certain stuff. But anyway, so for him to say that he got off track and was just like acting like he was Hollywood, start spending a whole bunch of money, he ain't got us and came up and went down. But no, you mentioned in the video that you made a lot of money, over the course of the last couple months, and so much so that you did more spending. You felt comfortable enough to not check your to not
budgets.
log everything, and to just be, and to not know where you are, and that's not the norm, for you because you know everything, whatever. No, that was 2 more cents. No, like you usually know,
And
everything.
I was thinking that before we had this interview, I said somebody gonna say, "Oh, you just got all the answers, huh? You just know everything." I knew it was gonna come from you. It had to come from you.
No, but
no, yeah, that's definitely out of my character.
So, before we go, because I'm sorry, because I got all the way off into your YouTube video, but I guess the introductory, because this show we talk love, relationships, and entrepreneurship, and Joseph is an entrepreneurship. I mean, it's an entrepreneur. Listen to me, it's an entrepreneur.
He the whole shit.
And so, one of my questions for you, what made you?
It wasn't that
what
simple.
made you? I know it wasn't like that. I know. So, what made you take a bet on yourself and decide to invest in yourself and walk away from your job that you have been on for years?
Okay, well, the first thing that happened was that when I was 35, I'm 38 right now, I was working on the line, and I basically daydreamed and blacked out. And I thought back to this moment when I was 25, and I'm like, wait a minute. I had asked myself when I was 25, hey, where are you going to be at 35? And it was just a thought, and I asked myself, I wonder. Then I just was wondering. But then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm 35 now. And I'm looking around at my surroundings, and it was like something in my spirit was telling me that nobody was thinking about this. Like I was the only one thinking about this, and if I don't make it a point to do something different right now, I'm going to just be sitting here asking the same thing. Like, I wonder where I'm going to be at 45. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, pause. What can I do different right now?
Right.
That was the defining factor that I could have did at 25. And that point was, I have to be purposeful of my direction of where I'm going. Yeah. So I can end up where I want to be and not just wonder about it.
Yeah.
So, like you said, I was making a decent amount of money. And here in Michigan, or from the people that I've seen around in the area, it's a big deal for you to work for a car company.
The big three.
Like the big three. You, oh man, I like that's it. I'm at the pinnacle. I got it in, man. I'm in the plant. I'm in Ford. I'm in GM, whatever. Yeah. And I was somewhat close to it because I was working for a supplemental company involved with the big three. And when you're working in a factory, I've seen people with retirement plans die before they even reach retirement. And I'm talking about they working overtime, they write,
That
you know,
money
they
be
head
good.
is, you know, working hard. The concept that we've been raised with talking about working hard and getting an education and paying your bills and all of that. And I'm like, saving up for retirement to be safe for retirement. I just started doing the math. I said, wait a minute. This is wear and tear on my body today. So this physical work of standing on my feet for hours and putting this car together, this is going to add up. I may not be in physical shape to enjoy retirement at 65
Right.
if I'm waiting
Right.
on 65 to
Right.
start making a difference then. So I said, well, money can't be the problem.
I'm gonna pause you for one
Go ahead.
second. You remember money ain't can't be the problem.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
you
this
guys
a
are
long
now
story.
watching. You're now watching Evening Conversations on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. Streaming live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. Please like and share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to call in, if you want to weigh in on our topic when we get to our topic, you can call in at 313-355-6018. That number is 313-355-6018. All right. Back
Okay.
to money can't be.
Money can't be the problem because I'm making a decent amount of money, and that ain't the problem. So I'm like, okay, it's got to be what I'm doing with the money that's the problem. It's not how much I'm making; it's what I'm doing with it. So at that moment, I prayed to God, not for more money, but for what to do with money. I said, God, I don't even want more money.
Oh, wait a minute. Say
Please.
that part again. Say that part again. You say not more money.
I didn't pray to God for more money. I prayed to God for more wisdom. God, just show me what to do with the money I have. I don't even want more. If you show me what to do with what I have, I can get more. Just show me what to do with what I have. And I started seeking answers by watching seminars, researching stuff on YouTube about information. And I ran across this book called Richest Man in Babylon. And I heard about it from a speaker, a motivational coach and speaker online, Jim Rohn. He's passed away. But he mentioned that book. And when he mentioned the book, he said, most of the time when I tell people this, they won't even invest in themselves and buy it. I said, I won't be one of those people. So I bought that book, I read it, and I started applying it. And within 2 years, I had access to more money than what I made in 1 year at that job.
Man,
That's all.
Cash.
there you go.
So that's how it started. So when the pandemic happened, I actually had access to like 2 years of income based on that job. So at that point, it was more so about me being able to get my mind right. I wasn't in a place where I felt like my whole life depended on that income. And I know that's where a lot of people are based off the decisions they making with the money, but you have to hold yourself accountable. And I don't think we do that. I think we blame it on the people we working for instead of taking initiative about what am I doing with the money that they paying me. Do you plan on working here forever? They treat me horrible while I've been here for 50 years. Did you plan on being there for 50 years?
Right. Or in
you
the
have to
same
make an
position.
effort.
Like-
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, yeah, if you're not
So
elevating.
that was the long-winded answer of how that happened. So you can ask me a specific question.
Oh, it look like you got
This
some
is
some
about the
bullet.
relationship stuff a little bit.
You got his notes, he ready. I'm looking at I'm looking at his like, what you got going on right here? Something went wrong with that real quick.
So give a little
sorry.
insight on Kevin.
Kevin, yeah. We got to get to Kevin real quick. Let me turn the camera on him.
Yeah, get Kevin.
Awesome.
awesome.
Yeah, so
Kevin,
my name.
Are you I'm sorry, before I are you from here?
Yes, I'm from here.
Okay.
Detroit. Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right.
yeah, I grew up on both sides of town, but I really claim 28th Street, number streets like
Okay.
West Warren and
Streets.
West Warren and West Grand Boulevard. So that's where
Okay.
I come from. But yeah, I spent my whole life here. I went to high school. I was one of the people who moms had a good job. Like my mama went to school and she became a nurse. So
Oh yeah.
she worked like her tail off working two jobs. Excuse me. Sent me to Loyola High School, which was a Catholic private school.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Catholic private school. So I ended up going through there, but I'm still like in the neighborhood. So I'm
Yeah.
like still I'm like in the Catholic school, but it's not like
Best of both worlds,
UD Jesuit or something where,
Oh,
they,
yeah.
where they making money over there. We like the hood Catholic school. So it's like Coach Carter where I'm at. So yeah, so just growing up out of there and then just growing up with my family and I end up making my way through college and I spent some time down in Texas and then I'm back now.
Yeah, because I was getting a little bit of accent. I'm like, where you from?
Yeah, I'm from here, but I spent some time in Texas, so I got a little bit of twang now. I got
Yeah.
that southern twang. I was raised by Southerners. Like
Definitely.
our folks from Mississippi, Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina.
We got
So
family in
I
Yeah.
think everybody that lives in Michigan or that's from here, our actual roots is from the South. I mean, my father is from Birmingham, Alabama, and we got a lot of family in the South. It's like everybody, of course, just migrated to the North.
Our grandmother's from Mississippi as well. Though.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Sure
yeah.
is.
So, and I'm sorry because I think I cut you off. Let me cut the camera back on you.
yeah.
Camera back on you.
Hey, but the camera
Are you?
back.
Are you You were talking about school and everything.
Oh
So
yeah,
what
yeah,
you-
yeah. So
are you-
yeah, I went to school.
Are you an entrepreneur as well?
I wouldn't consider myself an entrepreneur. No,
Aspiring.
not even aspiring. Like
Okay.
I'm more so. I'm trying to work my way to be a civic organizer, right? Like
Oh, okay.
that's a specific term.
Another-
Like activists, organizers, those specific terms, those are full-time jobs. Like people take
yeah.
organizers and activists; those are not easy positions, and you really need to work
Absolutely.
at those things. So I'm working my way towards being an organizer. Just trying to make my way back into my community. I left, and when I coming back, when I left, I spent 2 years at Wayne State, and we remember Midtown as Cass Corridor. Like where it was like The Walking Dead when you went down there, and now you
Now
go to
it's
Midtown and
Yeah.
it looked totally different. Like
Yeah.
I'm talking to black business owners down there,
Oh yeah.
guys where I was buying shoes from when I was in high school, and I'm like, yo, you were here when nobody was here, and now you got a pizza shop and you got a gelato shop and all this different stuff around here. So it's like trying to make sure that as we start to make some type of transition in Detroit, trying to come back wherever we come back from or trying to go to, that we stay equitable, especially for the black community. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay. Okay. All right, y'all. So, Joey, you got
She
your
is so
stuff right here.
concerned
It's-
about my notes,
yes, I am.
man.
I'm so concerned about all the stuff you got because I know
He's prepared.
Yes, Joey. He's very, very prepared all the time. Wait, okay, so back to your video because you said that you kind of got off track with the main thing or whatever, and then the other thing that you had said on there was that you, dang, I almost want to play the video again
It's a 15-minute video.
because
We
our
only got
show
like
was
an
gonna
hour.
ask you something else you said in there that I was like, oh wow, really?
I didn't bring those notes of what I said in the video. I just
It-
wanted to get them off my heart. And once I got them
It
out,
was
I
yesterday.
like, you got to remind me. We shot the video actually on the 22nd of April.
What's the name of the episode?
The return.
The Return.
Yeah.
So just tune into Original Greatness on YouTube and you can watch The Return.
Yeah.
That way you will be able to get some of that insight and maybe even eventually pick his brain.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to remember what it was. It was we talked about COVID,
Mm-hmm.
managing finances as far as like success.
Yeah.
My son's birthday, me having a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And
Congratulations.
thank you so much.
Again.
You adorable little bundle of joy. He's so
Chunky
cute.
monkey, man, just chunky, like a Ben and Jerry's new flavor ice cream.
Ah,
Chunk.
He's such a dad.
Chunk. And at the end, saying that I want to get my life right with God.
Yeah, okay, that's what it was.
That's what it was.
I couldn't remember
Okay.
to save my life, but I was okay. So, I guess backtrack. That just wasn't where your mindset was. I'm not gonna go back into everything, but that just wasn't your mindset.
At the time we last communicated or we talked.
No, no, no.
In the
Oh.
past,
No,
I
in the
wouldn't
past.
say
No.
recently.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
talking about a couple
absolutely.
years back. That wasn't your mindset, and I was like, he
No.
ended this video talking about we not promised tomorrow and this, and that. And I'm just like, of course we all know that, but the fact that you said that you wanted to, get your life right and this is that, and I was just like, where this coming from, Joey?
I'm very.
COVID almost took you out, and you was like, you know
You
what?
asked this
With,
question.
with life and age and time comes that wisdom. So what
Mhm.
it is I mean, he's at that point in his life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He has that understanding.
absolutely.
And don't get me wrong, for those who don't know me, I'm not joking about that because I was raised in the church. I love God. Have a personal relationship with him and everything. I just I'm just saying like for him that wasn't something I was expecting, But go ahead as to because you said
What brought me to that?
Mhm.
Okay, what brought me to that was tying back to my story about how I know God works with me and on me from my prayer being answered with my job.
Mhm.
So I'm like, I was using what he was teaching me or showing me and revealing me in time with how to manage my finances. And then when I had that hiccup, I wasn't really working on my relationship with God and praying as much and trying to actually get to know Him. I was reading the Bible to understand finances more when I realized exactly. And that was a horrible reason for me to be reading the Bible.
I told y'all he always care about that
That's
credit.
crazy because
always care
years
about
ago I
credit and
was
finance.
on the same
I'm
journey.
just being totally honest.
Lord,
God-
how can I get
Yeah, you read the
Yeah,
Bible
oh
like,
my
hey man,
goodness.
you know, please, Lord, you know, but are you willing to do your part? Now I know
Highly.
it works because it was working, but all of a sudden it stopped working. I said, wait a minute, this God trying to get my attention. So when I realized that, I was watching videos of Dr. Miles Monroe on YouTube. Please look him up, and I got some books, some more information I want to share with you guys. But I was reading a devotional actually, and it mentioned, why are you actually reading the Bible? And the purpose of it is for you to actually develop a relationship with God, not for you to understand how to use money. And I said, wow, that's okay, thank you. And then the other part that hit home with me was, you're reading the Bible, but are you actually applying it?
Yeah.
Yep, that's a difference.
And I'm like, oh man, I'm reading it every day, and I'm not actually applying what he's telling me, and I'm
just
shocked
trying
that
to get
something ain't
understanding.
working. Like, I can't allow God to work in my life if I'm not giving Him the ability to work in my life. Like, if I'm not doing something He approves of and then asks for help, doesn't make sense. But if I'm doing what you're telling me to do, and I'm praying about it, like, God, this is difficult for me. I'm walking on this path that you're telling me to be on. Now I need your help. He gonna help you.
Humbly.
That's it. So what I realized, COVID didn't almost take me out, and my heart goes out to the families that have been affected by it and have lost anybody by it, because it's a terrible place to be. By the grace of God, I had people in my corner. And I want to say sincerely thank you to those people that know who they are, who pulled me through and gave me life to keep me motivated to keep moving forward and resume back to 100% health. But yeah, God's really been working on me, and I just had this revelation in my life where I understood we are not promised tomorrow, but we don't live like it. We put everything off to tomorrow. Not just God, almost everything. We put off almost everything until tomorrow, and the greatest insult we could do is put off tomorrow when God is tomorrow. He is now. He is the day before. He's eternal. So putting Him in your life now is not just about protecting you from going to heaven and hell and nothing like that, but people want to be wanted or spend time with you when it's no strings attached, kind of like, is this a genuine phone call? You know, when it's like when you hear from somebody and like, every time this person called me, they want something
they want.
or they complain about something. They going through financial problems. It's rare that you have a phone call be like, hey, I just called you, I ain't heard from you in a minute. I want to tell you I love you. I want to tell you I miss you, or I just want to talk to see how you was doing. That's the type of relationship our Father wants with us on a consistent basis. Not, Lord, if you get me out of this one.
Exactly.
Or the Mega Millions is at this, man. Please, if you just leave this one time. I'm telling you, I go to church every Sunday. You know.
And never make it.
And never hit the lottery. You know, so yeah, I didn't want to be one of those people. I didn't want to do that. And being a father now actually helped me understand that. So baby Jeremiah helped me a lot with seeing that, about how important it is as a father myself to understand why God wants you to consider Him as your father. Because we feel guilty by what we're doing, knowing it's not what He wants us to do. So because of that, we just avoid Him completely. Now, when you're a parent, think about your child just avoiding you. That would kill you.
I get it. I get the perspective where you're coming from. Yeah.
It will bother you.
Yeah. You went a different way with it, but I'm fine with the way you went with it.
Okay.
I thought you was definitely gonna touch on what we always talk about. Is what's the one thing that we got in common that we always trying to shake?
Procrastination.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a Libra thing.
Yeah.
I think it
gotta
affects
be.
more
We're Libra
people.
gang, so.
But Libras have a creative way of procrastinating.
Oh my gosh.
Like planning forever.
Yeah, we
Focusing on perfection, but perfection doesn't exist.
oh my gosh.
It
Don't
doesn't
say
ex-
that because
it
I really be
doesn't.
feeling like
Perfection
stuff
does not
cannot
exist.
get done until it's perfect. Like I do not want to. I ain't putting nothing out. I ain't doing. I'll be like, you be like, why you
And
ain't
that
do this?
was
Or why
me.
you ain't
And
upload this?
that
Why you
was
ain't
me.
edit that? It don't look like how I want it to look yet. Like I don't, it's
And-
just. Yeah, it's procrastination because sometimes you just gotta go out. You just gotta do stuff. You'll never see nothing through or never get to where you're trying to get to if you don't just do it, even if you don't like it. But for those who are just now tuning in, I'm sorry. Those who are just tuning in, you are watching Evening Conversations on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the nation, well in the world. I'm
Hey.
sorry, I'm giving a whole nother slogan.
With the paper.
Shut up.
Oh, man.
So we're streaming live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. Please like and share and comment. You can go on WJZZ Cool TV every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. You can go on the WJZZ Cool TV on stop. Anyway, you can go on. We live, y'all. So I'm gonna talk. I'm sorry, my sister over here. and stuff. So
Shaking the room.
so.
Literally.
But yeah, and you can also go on WJZZ Cool TV on Facebook and watch it live, or you can just come on my live. But if you got any questions or anything you want to call in, talk to us about, we're about to get to our topic. Which is do all men cheat? Not my, I ain't choose this, but we gonna talk about it.
I don't understand what is your focus on. You keep on saying who chose
Because
Why you keep saying I did it?
Because here's the thing, like I have numerous. I write.
hold on,
So
let me get
I
them
have
number just in case they
numerous.
want to get in on do all men cheat. Because somebody
Yeah.
might, So it's 313-355-6018. Again, 313-355-6018.
You
All right,
cheated me.
so let me see who we about to go to first with it. So do all men cheat? I guess I'm gonna go with you first. And Joy, on your perspective on do all men cheat?
So let's start here. Like I said, it was a conversation that was had in the past. So what I would prefer, honestly, is since we got these gentlemen tuned in,
Oh no,
for me to start with them. What
quit
is your
trying to get
perspective?
away from telling
Yeah,
people.
because here's the thing.
this is what she gonna do. She okay. She
We're
gonna.
live. Oh my!
Oh, I don't care. I don't care about us being live. I'm sorry. We're still sisters,
Oh my God.
and we're hosts. So I mean,
sisters.
but
If
'Cause
you're
she
just
gon-
not tuning in, it's Evening Conversations. I'm Joy,
and I'm Nikki.
and we are here with Kevin and Joey, and we're about to dive into why or
Do
not
all men
why,
cheat.
Do
Is our-
all men do
Do
all men
all
cheat.
So that was Freudian right
All
there.
right, so
Why
then-
men cheat?
So
That was the topic that was they
Right.
wanted right there.
Yeah.
Why men cheat? Okay.
Oh, we can talk about that too. But anyway, do all men cheat? I think I already know what your answer is gonna be because of where you come from. But we gonna go to the married man first. So
Okay.
Kevin,
So the question is, do all men cheat? And I'm gonna say all humans have the capacity to break their bonds.
Exactly, I agree.
If you gotta break it down on the person to person level. So
yeah, of course.
Individual.
yeah, it's an individual level. It's not so much that we socialize men to do a certain thing or socialize women to do a certain thing. It's more so what are these two people deciding is working out well for them. And
Absolutely.
a lot of times you don't get people in relationships having those conversations. What are the boundaries? What do I want from you? What do I expect from you?
Expectations.
People just
Correct.
assume that when they get into a relationship with
That
someone,
you-
whatever that relationship means, it may not. Some people don't even say they're in a relationship when they get in a relationship with somebody. So, if you don't tell somebody what you want from them, what you expect from them, then you got to know they're gonna go on autopilot. They might go on something that's just a model that they've seen before, and just emulate that. So everybody has the capacity to cheat.
I learned that the hard way. What
So,
you just said.
I agree with that.
I
agree
But
with
you didn't answer my
I
question.
learned the hard way of the telling someone what you want, and need from them or whatever. Just because maybe in the past I was spoiled by. I'm sorry, because I still got the mic on. I mean, I still got it on him. But for me, I guess maybe I was spoiled with not having to say things sometimes, or like it just just genuinely happening and everything. So when I wouldn't get things that I want, I would be like, hold on. Like, I don't feel like I should have to tell you that, you know, as a man. I don't feel like I should have to tell you, you know, like, to the simple things. Like, I'm not going to say something as simple as, like, opening and closing doors. I ain't never had no issues with something like that or whatever. But, like, just how to be. If I call you frantic, calm me down, you know. If I'm stressed out, try to, you know, like, that person, I feel like that person that you're with is supposed to always, y'all supposed to bounce off of each other or whatever. If you're not sad.
Be what you need at that time.
Absolutely.
And I think
Absolutely.
what you're trying to say
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
Be masculine energy.
And some
to my
people
feminine
don't know
energy.
how to do that. Some people don't know how to do that at all. And some people act like they don't care. And it's like, well, damn, you know, you ain't feeling it. You see my face. You see what I'm going through right now. And I can't. So, wait, married men cheat, but not all. Okay. Hey, Corey said married men cheat, but not all. Okay.
I don't
Hey,
think
D.
it's a thing that goes back and forth with whether you're married or not, because again, what Kevin said, and I do agree, even from a female perspective, that all people have the capacity to cheat when they're not getting what they feel that they need, or where somebody is not, you know, those needs are not being met. Communication is the issue that is the underlying, because you have a lot of people that they start off one way and then they change, and then when you see the change or you see the struggle, then that's when other things start to happen. So yeah, we all can be tempted. It's just the strength that you have to have within yourself and the understanding that you have to have in the communication with your spouse. Giving an example for myself, years ago, I had a situation, and I was married before, but I had been talking a lot to a friend. And at this particular time, actually, I was pregnant. So for myself, just my own perspective, I'm complaining to him about my spouse or whatever, and in my mind I never once thought like he was attracted to me or anything. I'm pregnant, we already have daughters, and I was married, so I'm like, I don't think I feel comfortable having these conversations with him in this sense. But we started to talk more, and like again, it was nothing, never touched, never kissed, nothing in that aspect, but I noticed that we grew emotionally, you know, there was an attachment there, and understanding, and we was just really close. So I had to have a conversation with my spouse like, hey, and I don't know at that time if it was the right time to even say that, but I said, I'm falling in like with somebody that I'm talking to way more. He's really showing me attention that you not. And the way that I worded it was, I think I need you to step up your game and really like start spending more time with me and talking to me a little more. Because at that time, like, I didn't even understand what was going on for real. Because I wasn't sexually attracted to him or nothing. It was just like, dang, he really, when anything is happening,
you know
he's
why?
there.
Like
because a lot of people don't understand that that's really a relationship.
Yeah, that's
A
what
relationship
that
is
communication.
actually,
Yeah.
and that was something that I know that you're not the only one that had these conversations on the job. So with me being in the plant, I've heard all different types of perspectives from men and women about this actual topic. But I want to touch on someone even asking themselves that question, especially if they've had multiple relationships. Why do all men cheat? Really is limited to the amount of men you've been with.
Absolutely.
And if all the men you've been with cheated on you, it's not really them because it's a pattern there. Because you chose those men.
Those type of,
And it's the same thing as far as like a man. If a man would say, why all women cheat? All the women you picking are cheaters. So, you know, that now everybody is what you think they are because of your choices.
Yeah.
You know, so that's that concept with
And
that.
that's the thing. Cheating
So
is a
for me-
choice.
Absolutely.
That's a choice.
Yeah, and that's what I
not
was
just
gonna say. For me, it's a no. For me, do all men cheat? Why do men cheat is a totally different topic. We'll talk about that another time. But do all men cheat? I would say no. I would say no. I don't feel like everybody cheat. And like you said, everybody has a capacity to cheat. Yeah, I agree. People may have everybody had a capacity to cheat, but I feel like we all it's a choice, and it's a mental thing, and it's respecting everything about the person and that you're dealing with and everything, because you can it's just okay. So for me, and you know too, I don't care nothing about, like, looks like that. Some people be like, oh, this person. I've heard women say, like, I don't want you around my man, or because you too, we already talked about that before. People don't want people don't want their spouse around somebody else that's attractive.
Yeah.
Or somebody else that got more going on than them.
And that's
Get
an
yourself
insecurity
together.
issue.
Yeah, I was saying,
You know,
that's
that's
get
not-
yourself in line. Like, because I don't got to do with that.
That's
So I'm not
trust or
supposed to, I'm not going to be me
insecurity issues.
because you got a man and you don't want to look at me.
So you want everybody in the world to look less attractive
Yeah.
than you is, so your man can be.
Yeah.
Or you
No,
want-
but like no, for me though, my point I was trying to get to, like I don't care about that type of stuff. Like if I'm in a relationship with somebody and I love you and I care about you and I'm respectful of you and everything, write that real quick at the top. But if I'm all of that with you, I who can I say? Oh, Mark Wahlberg. Sorry, y'all. I like Mark Wahlberg. Maybe Mark Wahlberg.
When you said
I
his
don't
name,
know.
all I thought about was burgers. I'm ready to eat.
or who else? I don't know. Trey Songz or somebody. I don't care who it is, whatever. It don't matter who's there if you're into who you with. Why you
look at me,
laughing?
Joe.
No, I'm not saying I don't want Trey Songz.
No,
I'm
go
just saying
ahead.
though, like I'm trying to
Continue.
get in the perspective of whatever somebody might feel like is attractive. So yeah. But
I gotta, because you touched on it and you just said it too.
yeah.
When you get in a relationship with somebody or you married to somebody, your eyes don't stop working.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Your heart don't stop
Well,
working.
Exactly.
The things that you find attractive don't stop working.
Yeah.
What it is when you in a relationship with somebody or you get married to somebody, it's really determining, is the thing that I have
Yes.
more important than me stepping out and going trying this different thing.
Yeah.
And even if you're gonna like that different thing, sometimes that different thing ain't even worth it.
I mean, that's the difference from somebody that's like eating meat and wants to be vegan.
Yeah.
Do you care about what you putting in your body and what you do, or not vice versa? Because that's how people think when it comes to that aspect. So
What
that's-
I've seen more, because I have relationships with a lot of men, because I don't know, we talked about on the last show, if y'all was able to tune in, that me and my sister, we were kind of like the only females in the neighborhood. Not the only, but it was slim to none as far as females in the neighborhood. So we grew up around a lot of guys, and I have male friends and stuff. And so, not throwing none of my male friends under the bus, but some of the men that I've communicated with, have cheated or thought about, doing something and kind of not, and cheated. It don't always mean sexual. It was like probably mentally or something like that or whatever, or more so emotionally. You got this person you going to lunch with every day at work, and it's like the work, I don't know.
Work
Relationship.
husband,
Yeah,
work wife.
yeah,
Yeah,
work,
yeah.
work,
I
work,
think
wife,
everybody's
husband, whatever.
had
That's the term.
situation
plant,
before.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't say that. I ain't had it.
Okay, well, why you figuring that
Moving
out?
on.
Anyway.
Um,
But what was I saying? What was my point? My point was,
you got a call.
We got a call coming in.
oh. Hello?
Did I dial the right number? Is
Oh, yeah. Hi, I can hear you.
You're live with WJZZ Cool TV on Evening Conversations with Joy and Nikki. Who's our caller?
This is Corey. Sorry, it's off on my phone listening to you guys at the same time.
Oh, no. You might have to go. Turn off your
Yeah, I turned my phone off.
Okay, she can hear us now.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Corey, for calling in. Of course, I'm not going to act like we don't know who this is.
I hear her now. Like, I see the area code now. Like, hey.
we know who this is.
I looked at the time. I was like, oh no, I gotta turn the my IG on so I could see what you guys were doing because I didn't catch it the first time. But I wanted to chime in on the whole topic that you guys were talking about.
All right, we listening.
I think the issue with relationships, and I won't say married people in general, just relationships in general, is that people go into a relationship thinking that things are going to stay the same.
Yes.
They're not. They're thinking that the beginning, that whole euphoria of, oh, we just met, and this, we're going to be like this forever. And that's where the problem starts.
Yeah.
Change is inevitable. You're
Yeah.
not going to be the same woman that you are when you first met this man. You're not going to be the same man that you were when you first met this woman. It's all about growth.
Yeah.
Together.
Yeah.
A lot of times people don't understand that. And instead of going with the growth, figuring out, all right, this is where we're at this time in our relationship now, let's see what this brings forth, they start thinking, oh, no, this person is not the same person that I met. And that's a lot of times when things start going sideways and cheating or whatever whatever it is. Sorry, my child is dancing in front of me now. Sorry, that's my mom moment real quick. And I think that's just when a lot of problems start, is that we don't face the situation that we put ourselves in. You decided to be in a relationship with someone, whether it's a marriage or just boyfriend and girlfriend, man, woman, however you want to call it, and working with it from there.
Yeah.
It's, you know what I'm saying?
'Cause
And
growth
I
should
really feel like that's how problems start, because I can, like Joy said earlier, I was married at one point, and the same, I won't say the exact same thing, but I have a lot of male friends, and when I was having issues, I started talking to other males about it, not realizing that you're creating this connection, and you feel like
With
they
somebody
understand
outside.
you more than your partner does.
You should be able to talk to your partner. Correct.
Yeah.
And
But you're
you're
more
not
comfortable to talk to
really.
your friend.
And the biggest issue with that is we talking more to other people about our
Oh, yeah.
relationships,
Than the
especially
person
when
you
Then the
cheating
with.
person you with,
than we do with our partner.
Yep.
Totally
And
agree.
then wonder, why things aren't changing or why they're not understanding you. It's because this person, Billy that you grew up with, you chopping it up with him about, what he
He
not
get to know
doing.
you
Yeah,
better.
you telling him or whatever, like why he not doing this and that or whatever, and it's because he don't know. Like I guess if you communicated with him, but it's really about that being open, that growing together, and noticing
Right.
those changes and addressing the changes, and also definitely like communicating and making sure both parties are open to communications, because sometimes what happens, or why you calling Billy that you grew up with, I'm just giving a name, is because that person got a wall up, or that person isn't approachable. Now all of a sudden, y'all done grew, and two things happen in relationships: y'all grow together, y'all grow apart. And the growing apart, sometimes y'all can still come back together, but when y'all had that little wedge in between you, that outsider coming in is that's not the way to go. But it's easier to talk to that person because this person slamming doors or going out the room or whatever, or I don't want to hear this, or you nagging. Okay, I'm nagging, so you want me to leave? I'm just saying, like, it's what I'm saying is that the point I'm trying to make to it is that communication needs to happen, because it's like, well, because I bet you if
It's a
your man,
two-way
if
street.
the person knew that you were talking to somebody else about it, it'll be an issue. But I can't
Right,
talk
but-
to you. So are we about to communicate? Are you gonna make this window open so that we can chop it up about whatever we going through, whatever issues we have, so that we can work through
Right.
them? Or
It's
are
not
we gonna
about-
continue to grow apart? And I'm this other person I'm finna connect with, because this
You gotta
person is getting
realize
me.
too, it's not about communication, because you could say whatever, even if you can't. If you do talk to the person, it's about comprehension.
Okay,
And
I
putting
agree
in
with
the
that.
work.
I agree with that,
Comprehension and
because
putting in the
communication is important. But yes, if you can communicate all day, and if that person is not getting it, you're right. They're not getting it, and they're not receiving it, and they're not trying to make the changes. Then yeah, I get that.
Exactly, because I've been in relationships before where I've told them what I needed. Like, I need you to tell me that I'm beautiful more often.
Right.
But you know you're
Simple.
beautiful, but that's not
Yes.
what I need from you. I don't need to know that you feel that way. I need to hear it. And instead of them trying to appease
Hold on.
you and what you need from them, and it's not like you're asking for a lot at some points. I won't say every relationship is like that, but they don't want to do it because they feel like you should already know. You already know this.
Yeah.
But you don't
And I'm with
understand
you,
this is what
so
I
of
need.
course
This
I
is
think
what I
you're
need to
beautiful.
make
No,
me
I
feel
need to
a
hear
certain
it.
kind of way. So
Yeah.
Thanks
Well,
for calling in,
calling
Corey.
in. Corey
Thank
was
you,
calling
thank
in
you.
from
Alright.
New York, so I thank her so much for tuning in and for
you guys
waiting
have
and
a
giving
good
us her
evening.
perspective.
All right, bye.
All right. Bye, Corey.
You want to elaborate on what she said on the call?
She touched on a lot.
So what Corey was pretty much specifying is in her own experiences that the communication isn't always just key, because sometimes you can have conversations with your significant other and they just don't get it. That comprehension just not there. So she was just specifying that that you have to grow together. And we had a conversation about that too recently ourselves, about actually dating on the same level.
Okay.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, that's
next
a
time.
little different.
that's gonna be-
But I found that because I've been a cheater, I've been cheated on, I've talked to people who have been faithful. I have been faithful. I've had girlfriend, wife, fiance, ex-wife, girlfriend. I've had it all.
Joseph.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Joseph
so-
just going. You just going.
I have to say that so they understand where I'm coming from. So
He was everybody. All right.
yeah, so
We get it.
I have different perspectives because of where my mind was at each place.
Mm-hmm.
And because I was a cheater before, I developed a sense of what led me here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was actually developing feelings for the person that I was cheating with. Like I'm in love with them, or I have love for them, a deep, heartfelt respect. I want to be with them. But what caused this to make me feel this genuinely about them? But I feel so far away from who I'm with.
Yeah.
And what I found was it starts with being honest with the person that you're cheating with. Because you start lying to the person that you being with.
I didn't think he was going there with it, but
And
okay.
it develops this invisible wall because you have that on your mind when you're around them. If you've ever cheated before, you had it on your mind like, oh gosh, I hope this just don't jump off my mouth. I was somewhere last night.
I know you wanted to.
Yeah, you don't want to tell it, but it's there.
Yeah.
And that energy.
I
Like we
know.
have energy.
Yeah.
So
That's
that
true.
energy is this invisible barrier, and over time,
That's true.
you don't have that wall up with the person you're cheating with because they know about who you got.
Exactly.
So you developing this
That
trust
understanding,
and
yeah.
this openness in this area because they still might be talking to somebody else and not telling you everything, but you don't have that wall up. So that's what actually helped me understand how not to cheat when I got married. I cannot have these intimate conversations with women outside my marriage. I have to be in certain situations where I'm not alone with a woman or spending too much time together.
Being tempted and vulnerable.
having-
Exactly.
having-
Don't put
yes.
yourself in those
Yeah,
situations.
don't put yourself in that situations. Yeah.
And talking to my wife about what I need and what's on my mind, and also being willing to listen. Because communication is a two-way street. I could be a professional at speaking English, but if you only understand Spanish, it's pointless.
Right. Absolutely.
So that's that.
I gotta of course get back to for those who are just tuning in, you are watching Evening Conversations with Joy and Nikki. I'm Nikki,
I'm Joy.
and we're on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world, streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Please like and share and comment, subscribe and follow. On Facebook, we are WJZZ Cool TV, as well as YouTube. You can just type it in the search bar and it'll come up. Our show should be streaming live right now. If you needed to call in, our number is 313-355-6018. We are coming to the end. This hour go by so fast.
Especially when you got
I don't
good
say with us,
conversation.
right?
Yeah.
We can talk
This
all
hour
day.
going by so fast.
We thank
But
you
go-
guys for tuning in. Definitely at this time. We're gonna wrap the conversation up. And we're gonna have a part 2.
Oh, saying it already. Got us coming back.
We
Yeah,
do.
man, we got
I'm
some
looking
calls.
at comments and messages and stuff, and other people definitely want to be able to chime in and call in about it or whatever. So.
And
we'll
they
let
can
you
spread
guys
the
wrap
word
that
to
up.
people about the
Oh, yeah.
conversation they had
Definitely,
tonight, so
definitely.
they can have more input and we can take more calls and hear what people feel and stuff like that.
Yeah. So not that you're gonna have any relationship talk going on your YouTube, but let people know where they can follow you and where they can get your content in. You had bullet points that I don't think you ever got to.
I didn't get to these,
So-
so
Never
I'm
having
gonna
it.
close
So-
this up real quick with this bullet point that I got.
Mm-hmm.
No matter where you are in your life, develop a relationship with God. Don't think about it as a religion, just think about it as a relationship, and don't let the Bible scare you. You can actually enter the Word. You need to read the Word. So what helped me was just reading devotionals. Just something that you can emotionally connect with, and then they'll tie a scripture to it, and you can get introduced that way. And make it a habit to pray every day. And just start from there. But please make God a part of your life. Now, for these books and information, sometimes we're a victim of what we allow people to just put in our head and what we see every day. You have to be intentional in order to grow. You have to make it a point about what you watch, who you spend your time with, who you talking to, what you read, all of that.
Yeah.
So I want to give you guys some of these books, and I'm going to go fast so we can wrap this up. The Automatic Millionaire by David Bach, The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clayson, Atomic Habits by James Clear, The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey, In Pursuit of Purpose by Dr. Miles Monroe, The 15 Laws of Invaluable Growth by John C. Maxwell, The Strangest Secret about Earl Nightingale, and Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So that's some great mental brain food for your mental diet to
How
get
can
into
they
your
follow
system.
you? Where can they find you?
They can find me on Facebook under Original Greatness. You can find me on YouTube under Original Greatness. And once you find me there, I'll tell you where to find me everywhere else. But just the Original Greatness is spelled exactly how it goes.
And
I
then
appreciate
Kevin,
you
any
guys.
social media platforms, any books,
Yeah,
information you want to
easiest
give?
place you can reach me is kev46.com. So kev46.com. That's the easiest place to reach me. Got some social media links on there, all that good stuff. That's
Kev46.com.
Awesome. I thank you all for tuning in, and I thank you too for coming on and giving some
Absolutely. No
insight and
problem.
weighing in on this topic that we're gonna have to continue. You guys are watching us on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. We thank you for tuning in to Evening Conversations. Catch us next Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.